Welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I have a super exciting one because we are going to be testing out a brand new palette by Revolution Pro. They have released these. This is called the True Love Face Palette in light to medium. Now this has 3 face pans in it and 4 like eyeshadow pans, and it kind of looks a little bit like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe maybe, so I'm super excited about this. Plus it was only £9. I expected it to be so much more expensive, but it's not absolutely huge. I feel like if it was bigger it would have been, but because it is only a smaller palette, then I totally get the £9 price tag. But saying that, for Revolution Pro, I think that's really good. So we're going to be testing this out today. Today's video is also very exciting because it's in collaboration with my bestie Lizzie. Oh my goodness. If you are not subscribed to her channel yet, my question is why? She does so many amazing reviews and videos on her channels. She does a lot of Revolution reviews. She does lip swatches. She literally buys the entire like collection of lipsticks and swatches them all for you. So trust me, if you love my channel, you are going to love hers as well. As always, I'll link her video in the description box. After you've watched my video, you can go over to her channel, watch her video, and also stick around and subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. So this is the packaging for the light to medium palette. There is also another palette which is more for like medium to deep skin tones, which is excellent. That is what we like to see. The packaging for this palette is completely mirrored, as you can see, and it's like a gold sort of shade. And then the inside of the True Love palette looks like this. So as you can see, we have a bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush, and then we have 4 eyeshadows. Here we have 2 mattes and we have 2 shimmers. There's also a mirror in here, so as if the packaging wasn't reflective enough, there's a mirror inside. So that's good for travel purposes. If you want to take this away somewhere, very good for traveling because it has a lot of steps of your makeup routine inside. I really hope the formula of all of this is really good. So firstly, I'm just going to show you some swatches and then we can get into testing this. Okay, firstly, we are going to take the bronzer in here and we are going to, you know, bronze up my face. I'm looking very flat at the moment and very pale. Okay, let's go. Oh, that is quite an orangey bronzer. Okay, so this is the bronzer on. It is a little bit too orangey for my preferences, but if you love a good orangey warm bronzer, you're going to love this shade. The good thing about it is if you just tap your brush in it, it won't apply it too pigmented. You can definitely build it up to be as pigmented or as less pigmented as you want it to be. So because of that, it is a really nice bronzer. Just the tone of it is just not a bit of me. Next, we're going to try the highlighter. I can't see this working for a fair skin tone, but we shall see. Okay, firstly, the shade of this is not too bad. There is definitely a bronzy undertone to it, so if I look closely and carefully, I can definitely see the bronziness of it on my cheekbones, but the cast isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Secondly, the formula of it is definitely more of like a glowy highlighter, definitely more on the Charlotte Tilbury vibe. Like it's very like glowy, like wet looking, rather than actually like metallic and blinding. So if that is more of your thing, you are going to love the highlighter in this palette. I should have applied the blush before I put my highlighter on, but finally we are going to take the blush in here, which I absolutely love the colour of. That shade of blush is absolutely beautiful, as suspected. I don't have any complaints about that. It's a very nice, beautiful pink blush. Okay, so that is the rest of my face done. I'm now going to zoom in so we can do the eye look. I've just popped some concealer on my lid as like a base, and now we can get onto the eye look. So these are the shadows that I'm working with. If I'm honest, you know, I would have much prefer a like darker matte in here, just because there's just not much depth you can create with this. Obviously you can use a bronzer, which I think I'm going to end up doing, but I would have loved it if like this shade would have been like a lighter icy shade maybe, because I feel like it's very similar to the highlight and you can just use that with the eyeshadows. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, I definitely would have done like something a bit more deeper with the eyeshadows in here, but let's see what we can create. Okay, firstly I'm actually going to take the bronzer in the palette. I know, you know, I'm not technically meant to, but we can do whatever we want, right? And I'm just going to start by putting that bronzer in the crease of my lid, and I'm just gonna take it all the way down to the bottom as well. A lot of people do actually use bronzer as a crease shade. If they're going away and they don't want to put like a full eyeshadow on, they'll just whack some bronzer in their crease. It's a good idea actually, to be fair. Okay, next we're going to take this eyeshadow here. This is a light peachy kind of shade, and I'm just going to blend this at the very top. Okay, for a bit of shimmer on my lid, I'm going to take this one here, which looks to be slightly more textured, like a chunky foily formula. There we go, it's like a chunky kind of shimmer formula. I'm just going to use that with my finger because I feel like with these types of shadows, it normally is better with your finger. Okay, that is super pretty. Can you see like how glittery and like shimmery it is? That is really, really stunning, I must admit. Just gonna pop a little bit more of the bronzer on the lower lash line. I can't talk and do that at the same time. I'm just gonna blend out the very top edges with the Pow shade in here. You could definitely use this as like a mixing shade or as a like matte highlight, but I don't really do those kinds of things, so I'm just using this to buff out the top edges like so. And then for my inner corner and brow bone, I am going to take the other shimmer in the palette, but I know this is going to be too dark. Okay, so this is the completed eye look using the shadows in the palette. I'm just going to hop off camera, pop some mascara and lipstick on, then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back and this is my completed look. For my mascara, I used the I Heart Revolution Coconut Mascara. I have been absolutely loving this. I think this is my third or fourth time trying it and really been enjoying it. So I honestly, if you've not checked this out yet, you need to pick this up. And then for my lips, I have a ABH lip liner on. This is in the shade Peach Amber. And then I was looking through my drawers the other day and I actually have a Revolution Pro lipstick that I haven't used. So this is the lipstick in the shade Cashmere. I think these are supposed to be a dupe for like the Tom Ford lipsticks, but this is what the shade looks like, and it is a very beautiful like kind of glossy kind of lipstick. So if you love that type of formula, you're gonna love these as well. Let's firstly talk about the face products in here. As I said, the bronzer shade is not really my thing, but if you do love like an orangey warm bronzer, you'll love that. The highlighter is, it's not too bad on me, which I was quite surprised at because I'm very fair. I thought it was going to be very obvious I've got like a different shade highlighter on, but in all honesty it wasn't that bad, and it is like a very beautiful, like a glowy, like wet looking sort of highlighter. It is a very lovely formula. I just kind of wish they did like maybe another one of these with like even like fairer shades on it. Do you know what I'm saying? So they did like light, medium, dark, maybe, and just like spread it out a little bit more. I feel like it's very hard to suit everyone in just like two face palettes. The blush, however, very beautiful, no complaints on that. The eyeshadows, these are perfect if you love the whole minimal makeup look. If you don't want to put on like a really intense eyeshadow, you just want a little something on your eyes and a little bit of shimmer on there, honestly would be perfect. And in general, this whole palette would just be great for someone who's very quick and on the go with their makeup. If you don't go into too much detail with your makeup, this could be so good for you. It's only £9 as well, so in my eyes that's very affordable. And Loose also has a code, which is Loose20, which I do leave down below in my description box, which will help you get 20% off as well. For me, I can't see me reaching for this palette an awful lot, because you all know that I'm a huge makeup addict and I've got so much makeup. I use different makeup every single day. However, if I was going for like a little weekend away and I wasn't going to be wearing any intense makeup, I honestly think I'd take this. Even though the shades are not 100% my thing, I would still use this. And as I said, if I was going for like a night away or something and I just wanted to put a little bit of makeup on, this would be perfection. So I do really like this palette. I do feel like a lot of people would enjoy using something like this, but for me it's not something that I would reach for on like an everyday basis. That shimmer, like glittery hybrid sort of shade, was absolutely beautiful. So I do think for £9 for like, what's that, 1, 2, 3, for about 4 steps your makeup routine you've got covered, I think is a really good price point. Plus you can get it cheaper as well. So I really do like this palette, and if I go away for a night I will definitely reach for that again. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Let me know down below what you think of this palette. I would absolutely love to know your opinion, of course, as always. And also don't forget to check out Lizzie's video. I will leave that link down below in the description box. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.